You know, I've been coming to Albuquerque and doing real estate development for about 15 years, and I've driven past this motel many, many times and was always intrigued by its architecture and how it sat here. But as intrigued as I was, it was the saddest looking soul that I'd ever seen. But I often said that looks like a project that would be so cool to redevelop and turn into something. And then in 2013, the city issued an RFP. So when I found out it was this same property that I'd actually been watching and driving past for several years, I was so excited about it. And the ideas that I had been conceptualizing in my head for years about how to transform a motor inn into something that was relevant to today's market, it was like this deal, this opportunity found me more than me finding it.
Built in 1937, the El Vado Motel is one of the best examples of a largely unaltered pre-World War II tourist court remaining along Route 66 in New Mexico. El Vado entered the National Register of Historic Places in 1993, and over the past 2 years, the property has been carefully preserved and renovated in order to meet the wants and needs of guests and community members alike.
The thing that makes real estate thrive is not the real estate, it's the people that are enjoying that real estate. So from the very beginning, the notion of restoring this motel into something that was just to make a beautiful piece of real estate was something I didn't want to do.
West Park Neighborhood Association was really fortunate to have Palindrome get that property. They really took the time to listen to us, address our concerns. They worked with us, made some changes here and there. I think that Palindrome was trying really hard and did actually become a really good neighbor.
I never want to do a project in a neighborhood where they don't want me there. And so we spend a lot of time making sure that we communicate with our neighbors about what we want to do, listen to their concerns, and really address them as best we can. And I think that's what makes us successful and why we're looked upon favorably when we do a project.
Palindrome brings a really diverse experience as a developer and also integrity as a developer.
Palindrome has a very good track record in the Pacific Northwest. They get things done, they get them done quickly, and they're just wonderful to work with.
The care with which they restored the building, I think, is remarkable.
Historic projects and rehabs are always challenging, and kind of coming up with a unique concept to fit into that historic boundary is always challenging. And I think that the entire team, especially with Palindrome's leadership, has been very flexible and collaborative. As we uncovered issues, questions, things, the focus always was how can we meet the intent and still deal with the issue at hand.
They're very responsive to input and concerns about retaining historic character. They work very hard to retain that open character of the auto court as well as the carports. They came up with windows that duplicated closely the steel sashed windows that had been there. They've also been very careful with the Spanish Pueblo revival details. And we started dealing with them in 2016, and here it is the middle of 2018, and it's done. They get things done.
El Vado retains its Pueblo revival style characteristics and appears today much as it did in 1937. The buildings employ buttressed walls, curvy linear parapets, irregular massing, and exposed vigas. And the fully restored historic El Vado Motel neon sign beckons everyone to immerse themselves in the grand history of El Vado and Route 66. Palindrome takes great pride in collaborating with other cities, counties, and states to help people far and wide rediscover historic treasures such as El Vado.
Chad very patiently worked with the city entities, worked with the State Historic Preservation Office, worked with the financiers, and he piece by piece put this project together into his vision, and we're so lucky because his vision was really what was best for the community. Projects like this are key because if you put investment into one area and make it a treasure, make it part of the neighborhood, part of the fabric, and make it to be a place that draws people in, it really encourages other property owners, other investors, other developers to do something similar around. So that way you can create essentially a hub of economic activity.
You know, I think it's what's going to jumpstart the development of that particular section of Central and bring people and money and traffic and vitality to a corridor that's been pretty hurting for a long time.
One of the things I'm very proud of with this development is that we have created opportunities for entrepreneurs to open their own businesses by converting roughly half of the former motel rooms into small retail spaces and into small restaurant pods. And so there's real grassroots economic development that's happening here.
Complementing the micro retail and restaurant spaces, the new boutique Vado Motel features an event center and single rooms and mini suites, each restored to its original 1930s charm and featuring updated mechanical systems, internet, heat, and air conditioning. The asphalt courtyard parking lot has been replaced with wandering paths and lush landscaping, all surrounding a sparkling pool and spa. The former motel lobby includes a guest reception and the Vado tap room, which opens into the outdoor community food plaza, where both guests and visitors can enjoy craft beer, a variety of food vendors, and entertainment in the courtyard amphitheater. And the courtyard amphitheater features a synchronized water feature and a stage for live performances and other events, perfect for community gatherings and celebrations. Through the efforts of Palindrome to reimagine, restore, and redevelop the property, the soul of Vado will thrive once more.
I often say to folks when we're dealing with old structures like this that there's a soul that's in these buildings, and that, you know, that soul was thriving at some point when that building was first developed and it was relevant. And then as that building goes through its life cycle, that soul slowly dies. And as we would take walls down or repair roofs that were leaking, replace adobe walls, you could feel the soul of Vado slowly rejuvenating itself and becoming happier and happier. And ultimately, you know, once you finally restore it, now you may have this healthy body again, but that soul's still not happy until people are there enjoying it again. And when this place opens and it's thriving with people having a good time, enjoying the buildings, then that soul will be happy and it'll be complete.
The Vado Motel is a historic treasure that belongs to one and all. Come and celebrate the reimagined Vado today.